Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going to be going over how to create a histogram with Tableau. So you can see I've connected to the orders sample database. That's actually an Excel sheet that comes with Tableau. And here you can see my dimensions and my measures. And so what we're going to create is a histogram which tells you the frequency of different values for a certain measure. So the measure that we're going to be interested in today is quantity. So in a particular orders, how much quantity do people buy for each product? So the first thing you have to create when you're doing a histogram is you have to create bins, which tells Tableau the width of the columns of what you want to create. So let's go ahead and do that. You just right click on quantity, and then you're going to go up to create, and then we're going to create bins. So it's going to give you a little bit of information on your measure there. So the min is 1, the max is 14, and they'll give you a suggested bin size. We're actually going to change this to 1, make it a nice round number. We'll go ahead and click OK, and you'll see that a little measure here has been created. Quantity, and it just tells you it's a bin. You can also see it's a bin by the little character here that has the little histogram there. So then you go ahead and you drag that into the columns, and you can see the different bins that have been created. And then we're going to go ahead and drag quantity here, and we don't want sum, so we're going to change the measure to count. And now you can see we've already got our histogram. You can see that values 2 and 3 are the most commonly ordered quantities for a product. 4 and 5 are fairly common, and then it gets lower down until you hit 14, which is the highest quantity for any product in an order. So if you're not happy with a 1 bin size, and let's say you want to have the user actually change that value, what we can do is we can create a parameter. So if we go ahead and get some white space under the measure, then we right click, you can go ahead and create parameter here. And in this case, we'll actually put in integer. So you can select the type of value that you want to put in. Float is decimal values, integer is whole numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. String is text, boolean would be true, false, and then date and time are pretty self-explanatory. So let's go ahead and give this thing a name. We'll call it bin size. And all this is fine. You can restrict it to a specific list or range if you want to. We'll just allow all here. And we'll start with a current value of 1. Alright, so we've got our parameter of bin size, but we haven't linked it to our actual bins. So we have to go to, excuse me there, the measure that we created for the bins. Let's go ahead and right click this, and we're going to go edit. Now you see where it says the size of the bins. We're going to go ahead and click that combo box there, the drop box, and we're going to select the bin size which we created. Now it looks the same as before because we had a default of 1, but let's go ahead and click this, and then we're going to do show parameter control. So now we have control of the parameter here. So if we change this to 2, you can see it's going to aggregate things, so it's going to be 0 and 1 here, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. And you can change it up to whatever you want. Because we set integer, it's not going to allow you to put in a float value, so actually I put 1.5, but it changed that to 1 in that case. You can also create kind of custom bins by doing a calculated field, so I'll show you how to do that. So again, go to quantity, go ahead right click there. We're going to go create calculated field, and we're going to give this a name of custom bin size. And the way you do this is I'm going to do an if statement. So if I do if quantity, I have to create some sort of Boolean logical expression. So if it's less than or equal to 1. Then I'm going to say put in a string value of 1. And then we're going to go else if, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste that here. So let's say less than 3. So, and then we're going to call this 2-3. So this will be all the 1 values. This will be 2 and 3 because anything that's less than 1 will automatically be assigned to the first bucket. And then less than or equal to 3 will be assigned to this that's not already in there. So you can kind of create custom sized bins. Let's create some more. Let's say, again, let's do, so then this would be 4 to 10. And then we can put an else, and then we can do greater than 10. Then we have to end that with an end. And then it says a calculation is valid, so we can go ahead and use that. And you can see it added here. If we just drag this and replace the bins that we had before, you can see now we've created a custom bins. 1, here we got 2 and 3, got 4 through 10, and then anything greater than 10. So then you can customize it however you want the bins to look. They don't have to be equally spaced. And also some other things you can do. Let's say you want to see how they break down by category. I can go ahead and put that in the color. And now it's giving me a stacked bar of the frequencies, so I can see kind of the breakdown of the different categories. It looks like they're all pretty equal. You can also put that in the row shelf if you want separate histograms for each one. So any way that you want to manipulate a regular histogram, you can kind of do here. All right, thank you very much. I hope you learned something. Goodbye.